What's up, guys? I'm Tim Gettys. I'm here with Kevin Coelho. So yesterday, EA had their EA Play conference at E3 2017.
Yep.
We got to see the gameplay reveal of Star Wars Battlefront 2's multiplayer.
Oh, I'm excited.
Yeah. So we just saw the shot, beautiful shot of the through the eras of the troopers. We got the Force Awakens era, then we saw the original trilogy, and then we went back to the clone troopers. Here we are in Theed on Naboo.
Yeah.
And we saw a lot of this yesterday, maybe a bit too much.
Yeah, that was unfortunate. Just because, like, that, I feel like that gameplay should have been a 5-minute, like, best of clips. But I get that they wanted to show that, but again, I think it should have been pre-recorded and just not shown the shoutcasters.
Yeah.
And for them to be reacting there.
Totally should have been more of a Nintendo Treehouse style thing after the press conference.
But I'm just saying, I think it could have been done as a 10-minute long or 15-minute long pre-recorded clip that they just lied and were like, oh, look, here it is. And like we would have all been speculating.
No, we would have complained about that anyways.
No, but not in the same way of
well,
like.
We see a couple different plans. There's Hoth, Kashyyyk, Yavin 4.
Yep.
That was Tatooine, and then obviously the Duel of the Fates area, which was, I guess, in the throne room of Naboo.
Yeah.
Yeah, in Theed. We also saw Rey fighting Kylo Ren for a bit in Maz Kanata's castle from Episode 7.
Yep.
So that's pretty cool. Here we get a little bit of single player. We've already seen this stuff.
Oh, but it looks so exciting. Look at it.
Trailer.
What is this?
Yeah, you know what? You actually
Why
bring
is
up
the
a good point.
Emperor
It's interesting
there?
because it's post Jedi.
Sure.
So the single player of this game takes place between Return of the Jedi and I think it starts with the second Death Star blowing up. And if I had to guess, it's going to end with Starkiller Base blowing up in Force Awakens. I just hope they don't pull some bullshit and have her turn sides at the end. I hope she's
but I mean, isn't that the best way to keep the story going? Because then when like they want to make another Battlefront later, they're gonna want to make it so you're invested in the character you're playing as. And man, what was that? Force Unleashed having you kill off Starkiller, and then the next game it's like, oh, is he a clone or not? Spoilers, he was a clone. That was kind of disappointing. Yeah. You know, like nobody liked that.
I imagine it's going to be a standalone. I imagine Battlefront 3, when it does come, it'll be a separate story entirely.
Sure.
So I hope that she dies at the end. I mean, I just feel like that's a.
So you think the whole time we're going to be playing as a baddie?
Yes. Well, we play it as her.
No, I know, but like
the whole time.
Isn't that
and it takes place over 30 years?
Yeah.
So.
But don't you want to see the character progression? Like, don't you want to like have her turn to the light?
I hope that they ride it out where it's one of those perspective things, right?
Yeah.
Where it's like she thinks she is good.
Yeah.
And I hope that she doesn't change that. I think it's the easy way out for her to be like.
Yeah, but I feel like we've been taught for so long that
they are bad.
Yeah, that they're bad, and it's like, if you think about it, if at the end of it we're like still kind of on her side, or at least her side hasn't changed, then what does that mean for all the people that died at the Death Star, you know?
Yeah, that's true.
Then it's like, oh, right, all these people thought they were doing something good, because the truth is, so much of like what we saw of Star Wars is not known to everyone of the like Galactic Empire.
That's true.
You know what I mean? So, for a lot of people didn't like the Republic. But they also saw, like, and they've never addressed this because we've always seen it from the perspective of the rebels. But like, people that were just chilling at home, watching these things get blown up, must have seen the rebels as terrorists. Yeah. And like,
very solid point.
I'm sure she's gonna feel like she's fighting terrorists, and if she doesn't get like, if she doesn't understand who the Emperor is by the end, like who he really was, then she's like
living a lie.
Yeah, exactly.
But I like that though. I like the idea that she just believes this so much. But we'll see. We need to see. We're jumping a lot ahead here.
Sure. Oh, look at this.
It's so good.
This is so good. Yeah.
Back to the multiplayer.
And this shot too.
You played a bit of Battlefront 1 when it came out.
I played a lot of Battlefront 1. Oh yeah, I loved Battlefront. I did I think it was the 501st that you played as.
Oh yeah.
And it was a blast. And that was taking down the clone army, not the clone army, but like where the clones were made. That was what it was all about, or at least that was a big part of it. It was a lot of fun, and this is going to be fun too. So I'm really excited.
Very excited. The Battlefront that came out 2 years ago, one thing that stood out to me was how beautiful it was and how casual it was, which was appealing to someone like me that doesn't want to jump into the hardcore multiplayer shooter. However, I like that this one is adding more depth and more the classes and all of that, bringing back what we know from the OG Battlefronts.
One of my big problems with Battlefront 2 was that, or Battlefront, when it came back. Yeah, the reboot, right. Was the fact that like I just didn't feel it had that much playability, in the sense that I played it for, I want to say maybe 2 months, like every day, like building that XP, getting the weapons I wanted, but within the first week, I felt like, okay, so it's these same maps.
Well, it was very, very light on content.
Yeah.
And that's why I think this game's doing a great job of right out the bat being like,
look at all this stuff you're going to see.
The DLC is going to be free. We heard since the conference there's going to be microtransactions, but they're going to be cosmetic.
Sure.
It's going to be more the Overwatch
Which I've
model.
never cared about. For me, it was always like, oh, I want to get this gun or that gun. And at the end, really, all the guns seemed like the same. Yeah.
Yeah, so we'll see about this. But I love the idea of it going over the different eras. It's not an argument that the prequels suck. Everybody knows that. But for people that grew up with the prequels, there is a lot there aesthetically or sounds or everything that really matter, which hearing Duel of the Fates in this trailer, this remix is fucking awesome. And I love that it mixes sounds from all 3 eras. There's like cues that go off and it's super rad.
Oh, God, every time this happens, it's like, it's so exciting because it's like, as much as I didn't like the prequels, they're still part of it. You know, that's still canon. And getting a little hint of like, hey, you can play as these different versions of Stormtroopers. I don't know. I find it super exciting.
It is. And also, going back to it.
Also, wait, droids too. It's weird because they were always shown it to be so weak. But like, I don't know. I like the fact that we're going to be able to play as droids. I don't like that we didn't see any of the, what are they called? The droidicas?
Droidicas? The destroyer droids?
Yeah. Because they were badass. But I would have liked to see them yesterday.
Like real aerial space battles back.
Yeah.
So that's pretty exciting.
I enjoyed it in Battlefront. The space battles.
OG Battlefront.
No, this Battlefront.
The problem there's now it's both at the same time.
Yeah. Well, they had that too in different modes, where you could get an X-wing and fly around and shoot the ground or shoot the AT walkers.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure like this has space battles as well. Like
that's really exciting. That's crazy. Yeah, battles. I can't imagine how that is gonna play, and I hope. I
think they're separate. It's not one.
No, yeah, I know.
But at least
again,
this one has
I think Battlefront. Well, I guess it was never in space. It was always
just
over like cities.
Yeah. I mean, that was a big deal because the original games did have it.
Yeah.
But you can see a bit here.
Yeah.
It just looks so freaking sick. But this game is beautiful, and it's rare nowadays to look at a game and just be like, I can't believe it looks that good.
Yeah.
But goddamn, man, every single thing we've seen is, and it's gameplay. We're seeing gameplay. And
I don't like this. I don't like that. I don't like what's happening there. I don't want to find out.
Still no destructible environments. We didn't see them last time either.
I'm not a huge fan of destructible irons. I don't know how much it adds to it.
I think it adds overall to the epicness of it.
Sure.
But even with this, there's enough going on, enough explosions that I'm like, it doesn't get in my way of enjoying the game, but very excited for it. This is at the top of my list for big AAA games coming later this year. So I'm sure we'll be talking a lot more about it in times to come. Motherfuckers got at E3 right now, got to watch 15 minutes of the campaign, and all the previews sound really good.
Yeah?
I'm very jealous.
I'm excited.
Yeah. Stay tuned right here on youtube.com/kindoffunnygames for all of your E3 2017 needs.